What's up, guys? One of the most common questions I get asked is how can you improve your hook kick? How can you make your hook kick from something that is sloppy and maybe a little bit dirty to something that is clean, controlled, and strong? And the two tools that I would recommend for you guys are repetition and correction. Today, I'm gonna talk about both of those in detail. But with that said, let's get started. One of the biggest proponents of repetition was Bruce Lee. In one of his quotes, he says, "I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once. I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times." What he's saying is it's not that beneficial to just bounce around to a ton of different skills. What's really good and what will help you progress in tricking is focusing on one skill and really mastering it to the point where you can do it automatically. It's all about getting those reps and doing your tricks not just once, not just 5 times, but like Bruce Lee said, one kick 10,000 times. And that is one way to get a really good hook kick, just by doing it again and again and again and again and again and again and again. Trust me, guys, if you drill your hook kick and just do it day in and day out, that alone will do a lot to improve it. Repetition is great for training two things. The first being your muscle memory, your body's ability to do the trick automatically. When you do a hook kick, your body kind of remembers what it's like to do a hook kick, while your head might be thinking about the steps. Spot your target, chamber your leg up, extend, sweep across as you rechamber, and then turning to return to your original position. That's a lot of thought. But if you drill the hook kick again and again and again, your body will develop the muscle memory to just do it automatically without really thinking. This compartmentalization is really important for throwing combos and connecting tricks together. The second thing that's really important about repetition is conditioning. If you want to train the muscles to perform a good hook kick, just do 50 hook kicks. Your base leg will get a serious balance workout, and you'll get a great workout of the hip flexor and glute of the leg that's performing the kick. If you can do some conditioning and drilling, that's one of the best ways to just build your body for whatever trick you're trying to perform. But those are the two things that repetition really helps you build. Your muscle memory to do the trick automatically in the future, and the strength, the specific muscle requirements to do the trick itself. Next, I want to talk about correction, because repetition has its limits. If you're just doing the same bad trick over and over and over again, your technique is not going to improve. At some point, you need to take a step back and correct your technique before you do further repetitions. Now, correction isn't that complicated. It's all about taking the mental image you have for the trick in your head and trying to replicate that in real life. One of the best tools for correction is a camera. If you can use the camera that's on your phone or something a little bit more serious like my GoPro, it's a great way to watch yourself trick and then make good corrections. Now, when it comes to making these corrections, one of the best tools for that is slow motion, or some sort of editing program on your laptop or phone. If you can slow the footage down and really look at the details of the trick, it's a great way to correct your technique to make it exactly what it is in your head. Before I go, I want to talk to you guys about bad repetition and bad correction. Because you see, both of these can go wrong if you're not doing them right. You see, bad repetition is when you're drilling a trick so often and so hard that you start to develop bad habits and put your body at risk of injury. Now, it's hard to get injured while drilling the hook kick, but when it comes to something like the cork, bad technique and bad habits can start to pile on top of each other as you drill, and then you throw your 100th cork and you twist your ankle. It is a heartbreaking scene every single time. So when you are doing repetitions, be aware that there is a limit. Don't go overboard. Now, bad correction comes from someone taking bad advice that is just counter to their goal. For example, if I'm trying to use my hook kick to just generate momentum for a touchdown rise, maybe I'm not so worried about pointing my toes and having good hip turnover. Maybe I'm just trying to swing that leg as hard as I can to generate momentum, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just bear in mind that your goal behind a trick is gonna change for whatever that trick is. And it's all about your image of the trick you wanna be performing in your head. Another example would be flexed toes. Some martial arts have you do a flexed foot when performing a hook kick. But I trained in Taekwondo, and there you want to point your toes so that way you can kick with the bottom of your foot when you perform the hook kick and not the heel, because the heel is just more fragile and likely to get damaged if you kick someone with the Achilles tendon portion. But that is how bad repetition and bad correction can make your hook kick worse than before. Honestly, if you guys are just cognizant and aware of the information you're taking in and how you're training, you shouldn't have any issues. And with proper repetition and correction, you should be able to master your hook kick. Thank you guys so much for watching. Seriously, it means the world to me that you are consuming the content and just trying to get better at tricking. The sport is young and growing, and it has a long way to go before we hit our peak. If you liked this video, share it with someone else so they can learn as well. But have a lovely day.